Hello everyone, this is the Prodigal son of Sony here, bringing you Castlevania 4. The intro. Hold on, I'm trying to skip. There we go. The reason I'm doing this is because, and the air conditioner goes off. Blech. So I'm gonna leave that blank. The reason I am doing this is because, you guessed it, I'm going to be doing a Castlevania marathon. So I will be playing the remaining Castlevania games that I have that are worthwhile to see. So that will include Castlevania Bloodlines to the Sega Genesis, and oh, look, the sassy skull! No bats. Huh. Maybe it's triggered? No. Oh, it's just that one bat. Never mind. So yeah, Bloodlines and Castlevania Chronicles. Games I will not be doing. I will not be doing Simon's Quest because it's Simon's Quest. That's something I'm probably gonna play on my own. And then again, maybe in the future. Oh, listen to that song, classic Castlevania. And the other game I probably will not be doing is Symphony of the Night, because that's a really long game, and as much as I love it, it is kind of repetitive, and I think it'd be boring just for people to watch. I might do a demo of the first few sections of the game, but really that's all I'll do. I'm gonna turn the sound down a bit. I also have Castlevania Chronicles for the PS1, which I will like to do. That will be the last recording I make, though. And yeah, those are all the Castlevania games I have. Obviously, I don't have Rondo of Blood because, you know, it was made for that special thing in Japan, the disc system. Yeah, the Super Disc system. And I don't have Dracula X because that's a very rare game. I would like to get that eventually, even more so than Earthbound. And Trigger Controls will win. I'm also lacking quite a few of the Game Boy games. I do have Castlevania The Adventure. I do not have Castlevania Simon's Revenge or Legacy. I would like to get those to partially complete my collection, as well as the Game Boy Advance games. I don't plan on getting the DS games because I'm not a big fan of handhelds anymore. I mean, it would be nice if I could play DS games on, say, the Wii U, but I don't even have that. Building on this. So, yeah, Castlevania 4, here it is. This is perhaps my second favorite Super Nintendo game of all time, followed by Super Metroid. I just really love that. I enjoy it much more than, well, not much more, just marginally more so than A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That is a great game. That was once considered to be the best video game of all time, until it was bumped by Resident Evil 4. But I don't want that. I digress. So, some things you may have noticed besides the Super Whip. Yes, that. Some things you may have noticed besides, you know, the upgrades in graphics and music is that Simon, and this is Simon, by the way, who's sporting a really badass black armor, it has a lot more control, and I can whip in 8 directions now very fluidly. Honestly, the whip is the most powerful weapon you will be getting in the game, but, ooh, these things are completely new. Yeah, so let's talk about some of the old things that come back. Obviously, it still uses the same conventions as the previous games. You still have the hearts, you still have the sub-weapons and their various upgrades thereof, and you still have secrets and wall meat. And the points, of course. Additions to this is that now meat is not just confined to being a secret you can find in walls. Because there is an upgrade in difficulty, you can get like that. I'll show it again once I see it if I'm not impetuous. But you can pick up small portions of meat and candles. They're usually large portions are found in walls, not in candles. Also, there's this dangly whip trick. That's a big thing. That's going to be really useful for some of the bosses. You'll see when I get to it. Other new things? Well, now that we're on the Super Nintendo, there's obviously going to be a lot more visual effects, as you'll see in certain levels. Just really nice sight gags, or really conventions, I guess, or mechanics. Mechanics would be the best thing to say. Bosses are more epic, and again, gameplay is just a lot more fluid and enjoyable. So here we have our first boss. You know, honestly, I'm going to say this, because it just occurred to me right now. It's a skeleton lancer on a horse. And, you know, that is a thing. But if you're going to go for an undead, you know, creature on a horse, why not just do a headless horseman? Ooh, now I need to play Portrait of Ruin because of the Dullahan. But yeah, Castlevania has never had a headless horseman. Or maybe it has, I gotta take a look. So, as in the original games, I will be doing about 3 episodes worth of footage. That will be about 3 levels, maybe 2. Because these levels can be very long now, because the system can handle it. And I gotta do that to get rid of that. Oh no, the hand's not going. How do I get out? That's how I get out. So yeah, the levels are very long. It's a much more satisfying game. It can also be a lot more frustrating. There's one level in the game later on that you'll see as to why I hate it. And I'm actually gonna probably have to skip over it with a password. I'll still demonstrate it, but it takes too long for me to get past it. I'll explain when I get to it. So, these enemies here, oh sure, they don't seem difficult because, you know, they're on a ledge. You can just kill them because they pose no threat to you. But you'll see why they become a bitch of an itch to handle. And, I gotta make sure I... Chicken? Good. I gotta be careful, like... Candles? I feel like that's a weapon drop. No. You can't tell if there's a weapon or not. And that's something Bloodlines, I think, does a lot. Bloodlines has a lot of good things in it that I find are better in than certain Castlevania games, including this. And that's why the roly-poly hedgehog is a pain in the ass. And that is all. We bugger off into swampy, murky land. Okay, so here's another similarity between a previous Castlevania game. I'm comparing this right now to all Castlevania games. Those birds suck ass. But besides that, as you can see, we're not at the castle yet. We're actually in the Transylvanian countryside. I might need that against the frog. That sucks. And I hit you. But I think you take 2 lives. No. Okay, use the clock. Okay. So yes, this is the Transylvanian. Fuck! These things are just as bad as they are in Symphony of the Night. But no, I'm getting off track. Die. Agony, pain. And I need that. And that does a lot. It heals a lot more than previous games. But yes, you're exploring the Castlevanian. That's gonna get me. Oh, you fuck that. That's bad. Whatever. He's kind of hoping to go a no deaths run, but whatever. Alright, so for the 3rd and final time, you're making your way through the Transylvanian countryside there to Castlevania. Now, this I find is significant because the only other games I can think of where you do this That's weird. Are Castlevania 2 and Castlevania 3, which I hate those flogs. They're bad. They are bad. Too small. And I killed you. Whatever. Yeah, so Castlevania 3, I think, does that really well. And this game takes up the tradition, and it really is a nice pace to see. Bloodlines, on the other hand, while you're not exploring, there's only one Castlevania level, actually. The rest of the game takes place at different parts of Europe. And, you know, I really enjoy that because you're seeing so much, you know, different scenery as opposed to just the plain old castle. I'm going to have to agree with the AVGN on that. But, you know, as much as the scenery is nice to look at, I'm going to say I find it offsetting, and I'll explain that as soon as I kill this really easy boss. Goodbye, Medusa. You weren't a challenge.